How to stop caring about what others say or think about you. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Engineer Community. Here, Tommy Walker sharing insight and tools to help you navigate the different challenges in life. So, thank you very much. If you're watching, I want to invite you, if you can write on the social media, hashtag live if you're watching live, or hashtag replay if you're watching replay, just to know if you're there, if you're watching, if you're liking this. So, let's talk today about how to avoid being affected by what others think or say about you. So, this is something that comes out in many of the sessions that I have weekly with different people around the world, that whether it is their partner, whether it is their family, whether it is boss, whether it is friends, whether it is co-workers, most people are struggling with this. So I decided to go a little bit more in depth with this topic to help you guys, again, navigate the different challenges in life. So this is another challenge that shows up when people start doubting you, when people start, judging you, criticizing you, or even rejecting you. How do you deal with that, right? And it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. What I'm going to share today, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's going to help you guys be able to deal with this in a different way. And of course, be able to start making changes. So, hey, Susan, nice to have you too. So, one of the things that I want to share with you guys to help you is to understand that whenever you're affected by what others think or say about you, it's going to affect you to the degree that you believe that about yourself. So listen to this again. So if I'm worried that somebody thinks that I'm stupid, if it affects me and somebody thinks or even say that I'm stupid, it means that I, at a very deep level or more conscious level, it depends on each person, I believe in that. So it's going to affect me to the degree that I already believe in it. Because if I don't believe that at all, it's not going to affect me. If somebody says something that I know 100% is not true, it wouldn't affect me. So then why does it affect me? Because I already believe that or have that doubt deep down inside of me. And it could have come from childhood. I tell this to a lot of people that I work with one-on-one, is that many times they ask me, but Tommy, I don't think I'm stupid now. I'm a grown up. I have my degrees. I have achieved this in life and blah, 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 whatever. Like, I don't believe that I'm stupid. Okay, so let's talk about your past. When you were growing up, when how did your mother treat you? How did your father treat you? How did your siblings treat you? How did, teachers treated you at school? And most of the times, for 99% of people, something comes up when they were kids and they were growing up that made them feel stupid. Maybe somebody treat them as stupid, or maybe mom made a comment that made them feel stupid, or mine maybe was very direct, or dad, oh, you're so stupid, right? And that person started believing that they were stupid. And yeah, maybe later on they achieved things in life, but they never dealt with that, incident from the past. And as I always say, the mind many times is reliving the past. What does that mean? That the mind could be reliving that moment when you were called stupid as a kid more than once, maybe once or more than once, and you still are living that moment as if it were happening now. So suddenly, now somebody comes and says, oh, Tommy, you're stupid, or says something that I could interpret that they're saying that I'm stupid, and it's going to trigger me. It's going to trigger me because I have that self-doubt, because I might have had something in the past, a memory that is getting triggered when that person tells me that. So when we start understanding that, then my mind could be replaying a past memory. Now I can start working on dealing with that unresolved issue from the past. Because do you really think, and think about this, what I'm going to say, guys, do you really think that you can control others on how they treat you, on what they think about you? Type a yes or a no in the chat. if you truly believe that you can control what others think or say about you? And I know the answer. Of course. Of course, no. We cannot control what others think or say about us. And although we try, don't get me wrong, and how could that look like when I try, people pleasing, when I don't speak up what I think, right, about certain situations, or I don't speak about politics because I don't want to upset others and things like that, right? When I'm saying that, what I'm saying actually is that I'm not being authentic. So nowadays, a lot of people are talking about authenticity, but I truly believe that they have it all wrong. Because surrounding yourself with people that lift you up, surrounding yourself by people that treat you well, that is not actually what I believe authenticity. That is just a protective mechanism to avoid people saying things that might bother you. But if nobody says something that I already believe about myself, how am I going to deal with it? How am I going to heal something that I don't even know is there? How am I going to see my blind spots if nobody's showing them to me? And I'm not saying that you got to put up with crap people, and be careful, because there's a lot of people, and when I talk about these things, they start saying like, oh, so it means, Tommy, that I have to put up with whatever crap my parents throw at me. No, I'm not saying that, but take that as an opportunity to say, okay, they're treating me this way. How am I treating myself similarly as they are treating me? Or how have I been treating myself in the past similar to how they have been treating me? Because normally, how others treat you and trigger you is a reflection of how you are treating yourself, guys. So if I want to be able to realize how I'm treating myself, start checking how others treat you that trigger you. So when you're getting triggered, that is just an opportunity to show you how you're treating yourself. What you believe about yourself is starting to help you reveal your belief system. So again, when we start understanding that, and going to make it easier to navigate the storms that life is going to bring to you. Okay? Because if I don't see my blind spots, I'm going to need somebody to help me see them. And normally, our close friends, family members are going to bring those blind spots to the surface. So whatever you're worried, and write it down, right? Whatever you were worried in the past, in the, close past, something, in the past, I don't know, 5 years, maybe 10 years, write down the things that you worry or worried that people would think or say about you. Then write the things that people said about you that bothered you. Write those things down, people. Grab a pen and paper, or grab your phone and start writing down the things that you were worried in the past, or even today, that people might think or say about you. When you start dealing with that, and you do this, that I always teach, the 3 fingers pointing back at me and 1 finger pointing that way. 1 finger, I'm worried that, this person is going to think that I'm stupid. There's 3 fingers pointing back at me. That means that I'm worried of me thinking that I'm stupid. Seriously, start replacing the name of the person and start adding your name. This person makes me feel blah. This person makes me think blah about myself, right? Write it down. When you start writing that and you change the person's name and you add your name, Tommy makes me feel blah. Tommy, made me think that I'm stupid. Tommy made me think that I'm blah. That's when you start realizing how you're treating yourself. Because when you realize that it's only up to you and it doesn't depend on anybody else, now you regain your control. Now you become empowered. Because when you think that others are going to affect you, you're giving your power away, and there's nothing you can do more than just isolate. And I speak to tons of people around the world that they have justified to themselves that it's okay to be lonely, that it's okay to be, in their house alone, right? Because they're, lonely wolves. They're, they like being in solitude. And the truth is, sorry, That's not entirely true. Why? Because we are sociable beings. The thing is, a lot of people tend to isolate because they don't want others to hurt them, because they don't realize that they are hurting themselves. In silence or not so much silence, they are hurting themselves. So if you want to understand where you're hurting yourself, start using relationships, other people, whoever that is, your kids, your partner, your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, whoever that is, to start understanding how you are treating yourself. So when you go down this road of what others think or say about you, you're more worried about you thinking those things for you. Meaning, I am stupid. I am, lazy. I am a failure. I am whatever. Those things that you believe about yourself that are sometimes hidden in the shadows and you're not seeing them. So, as I always say, I believe we're spiritual beings living a human experience. So, God is going to send us circumstances, people to help us reveal where we have unresolved issues so that we can start working on those unresolved issues and resolve them. At the end, that's what we're trying to do. Because as we resolve our unresolved issues, we become more who we are meant to be. And as we become more who we are meant to be, we become more aligned with our true self. Something I put out there the other day that I loved, I might destroy. Let me look for the writing because I don't want to destroy it. John, give me 1 second because I love that I found this. This is in one of Thomas. Let me see where it is. Sorry, I have it in Spanish over here. Let me see if I can find it fast so I can share this because seriously, it blew my mind when I found this. In one, you know that Jesus had different disciples, right? And many of the disciples' teachings were put in the Bible, but some were not added to the Bible. And I found this one that it really made sense. Here it is. And I want to share with you guys. Yes. In the, sorry, let me find it. Here we go. In the Gospel of Thomas, one of Jesus' disciples, it says, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you don't bring forth what is within you, what you don't bring forth will destroy you. And how I truly believe about this is, first of all, that within us, we have our imprint of who we are, who we're meant to be, God's individualization here on earth. That's why I truly believe in this Thomas gospel. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. And also, the darkness, the parts of us that are struggling our unresolved issues, if we bring forth our unresolved issues and we resolve them, those in a way are going to help us become who we are meant to be. If we don't bring forth what is within us, our unresolved issues, what people talk about, darkness or shadows inside of us, that is going to destroy us because our unresolved issues can destroy relationships, can destroy partnerships, can destroy everything. And I've been working lately with more and more couples individually, but with couples to help them be able to go through the different storms that they're going through. Because again, in a relationship, your partner is going to bring to the surface your own unresolved issues, and you're going to bring the other person's unresolved issues to the surface. And most of the time, they blame each other and they don't deal with their unresolved issues. And that's when many couples end, not because they were supposed to end, because no, there was love there was understanding, there was support, at least in some ways. But the problem is they were not dealing with their unresolved issues. That's why I believe that the Gospel of Thomas is so important in this, that it says, We need to bring who we truly are from the inside, but the only way to bring that from the inside is to also bring who we are not, our unresolved issues, to be able to stand in the light that we are already. When we stand in the light of who we are already, it's going to make it much easier. So whenever you're worrying what others are going to think about you or say about you, it's your own worrying of the things that you already believe about yourself in your negative self-images, in your belief system that was created mostly during childhood. So it's a revelation. Whatever you're worrying about others, it's your own worrying. Work on your own things and see how the worrying for others, right? What others think or say about you is going to start fading away, and you're going to worry less and less. Many years ago, when I was doing my first videos, I don't remember what happened, but there was a guy that was, making fun of something in my face. And at the moment, many years ago, it moved stuff inside of me. So I did some practice and everything to overcome that, right? And nowadays, when somebody says something, I don't care. It's like I can leave the comment there, I can delete it. I don't need to, respond. I don't fall into this trying to prove anything. This is me. You like it or you leave it, and that's fine with me because I'm much better okay. I'm better okay with myself. The more I'm okay with myself, the less I care what people say or think about me. And yesterday, my mom called me because she had seen something that I had written, and it kind of mentioned that I had a tough childhood and things like that. And she didn't like it at all. And she was pissed because, in a way, what she was interpreting is that she had been a bad mom. And I didn't never say she was a bad mom. I just said that she did the best she could. But in some moments, the way she treated me, the way she said things had impacted me in a negative way. My perception on those things. But she couldn't understand. She was pissed. And you know what? I was able to stay very calm and explain to my mom in different ways what was really going on. And she didn't stay very happy, but that's on her because I didn't say anything bad. I didn't say she was a bad mom. I just said that she did stuff to me that, to me that hurt me when I was a kid. Right. And nowadays, when she was in a way attacking me over that call, I didn't get triggered because I'm okay with what I'm doing. I'm okay with what I'm saying. If she cannot handle it, that is something that she needs to deal with, right? If we go along life, not always measuring what we're going to say, not to hurt others. And that doesn't mean not having filters. Don't get me wrong, right? But is, what can I say in this situation so that this person doesn't get triggered? Is going to be exhausting. That's not being authentic. Just be you. Again, that doesn't mean that you can just go around saying, "Oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're broke, you are a failure." No, I'm not saying that, right? Don't be careful. I'm not saying that. But being you as much as you can and try to be loving, of course, too. And if something slides out, not on purpose, that you were never even intended saying that, or it just slid out, it's okay. We're all doing the best we can. And maybe that had to come out to allow the other person to deal with whatever they need to deal with. I see it as an opportunity. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoy this about how to stop worrying, stop trying to control others and what they think or say about you so that you can truly become who you're meant to be, right? Because it's the things that you're thinking about yourself. Work on that, on dissolving those things, and I promise you things are going to start changing. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoy this. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, if you ever heard something like this, and if you tried something like this, and has it worked or not. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.